You know, when I was young, I first started playing over in the Tower District with the Mockers, my friends Dave Salcedo, Carl Knock, and John Clifton. We met a guy who was a great jazz guitar player. His name was George Rossler. He gave me some great advice. He said, if you're going to be dating the girls in the Tower District, shoot high. Go for the ones that are way out of your league. Because then it'll at least be worth it when they break your heart. We ended up at Freddie's joint after leaving Lover's Point, where we talked a while before heading back to town. We kissed goodnight face to face. She went back to Freddie's place. I wonder who she's hanging out with now. She needs a new shoulder to cry on, a new backseat to lie on, and she always gets her way. She's going out with all the guys. She's getting lost in all their eyes. She's too busy leaving to stay. Hanging out in dreary bars has left us all with scars. Time won't heal, they'll never fade away. The biggest truths don't have a why, so I don't even try. And I knew all about her wild and wicked ways. She needs a new shoulder to cry on, a new backseat to lie on, and she always gets her way. She's going out with all the guys. She's getting lost in other eyes. She's too busy leaving to stay. A new shoulder to cry on and a new backseat to lie on, and she always gets her way. She's going out with all the guys and getting lost in all their eyes. She's too busy leaving. She's just too busy leaving. She's too busy leaving. She'll never stay. It's requested by Jim Rust from Laurel Canyon. You know Jim. This one came in from up in the hills. "10 years ago, on a cold, dark night, someone was killed beneath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. Now she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, you may not have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. And now she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Now the scaffold is high and eternity's near. She stands in the crowd and she sheds not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in a long black veil, she cries over my bones. Now she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. What seems like both yesterday and a lifetime ago, I was in a pretty raucous little band called the Mockers.
Yeah.
And rumored that we're 3/4 confirmed that on November 16th, that's a Sunday, there's going to be a reunion of the Mockers at Fulton 55. I'll know more tomorrow. We haven't played together since 1989, so we'll see, but we're all still friends. But there's a guy that came over to my house. He's a friend of my brother's when I was real young. And that guy was a good guitar player back then. He was the best of the bunch. And he's been having some rough times lately, but he's fighting back. And he came over and visited me yesterday. He'd been in the hospital for a while. And so this was requested by one of the greatest guitar players in Fresno, Mr. Mike Keeney. It's an old Mockers song. Some folks are built like this. Some folks are built like that. The way I'm built, I guess you'd call me fat. You know I'm built for comfort. I'm not built for speed. But I got everything that my little girl needs. You know, I went to the store to buy me a belt. They said a cow that big has yet to be killed. You know I'm built for comfort. I'm not built for speed. But I got everything that my little girl needs. Get on the scales, it's needles and pins. They ask me what I weigh, I said it makes 4 spins. I'm built for comfort, I'm not built for speed. You know I got everything that my little girl needs. Some folks are born to run and have a lot of fun. I was born to weigh a 1/4 ton. You know I'm built for comfort. I'm not built for speed. that my little girl needs.